It's going to be Sartziza jumping against Shamanga here. It's in the air, and it's going to be controlled by Troy. Odigi got the rebound off to Dez. Shamanga at the top, now to Stampley. Man-to-man for North Dakota here on the first possession. Odigi backing his way in, got it up with the left hand, and good. Troy with an early 2-0 lead. Troy also man-to-man. Panoam off in the corner to Norman. Norman down on the block. This is Sartziza backing his way in, trying to do to Odigi what he did to him. He got trapped out there. They come back out to Nero, down the lane, up, and came off no good. Strong rebound by Odigi. Here comes Troy. Des Williams with the basketball, moving it up in a hurry to the top to Odigi. Now to Dean off a ball screen out front. Dean will pull up, take a 15-footer, falls out of there, no good. Rebound comes to Suker. Suker is their leading scorer. He gets it off to Nero. Fast pace starting out here. Norman now on the left wing. Holds it on his hip for a moment. Now looks to work on Stampley. Off to Nero. Nero, Des Williams on him to the top. This is Suker down the lane. Great feed down there to Sartziza. Knocked away and stolen, though, by Des Williams. Here come the Trojans. Nobody's taking any time getting the ball up the floor. Great feed to Odigi by Des Williams. He laid it in. That gets Scott Cross with a clap to Des Williams as he comes back down the floor. Easy lay in, Troy 4-0. Here's Nero back now to the top to Norman. Norman thought about taking a three, kind of pushed out of the way Shamanga and hit the short jumper. It's 4-2. We've played 2 minutes here. Here's Shamanga down the lane. Had his shot blocked, and here comes Suker the other way. Probably wasn't there for Shamanga. Here's Nero down the lane. Outside for the lead. Suker got it. 5-4. North Dakota on top. So 5 in a row here for the Fighting Hawks. Here's Panoam. There's a lot of North Dakota people that came down south. Dean had it, lost it. Here comes Panoam. They can add to their lead. Up and good. That's Suker. 7 in a row now for North Dakota. Great start for Troy, and now North Dakota taking it to us a bit. 3-point lead. Here's Shamanga. Shamanga off to Des Williams. Des out to Dean, right wing Shamanga. Here's Odigi at the elbow, trying to back his way in again. They're now doubling him down there. Baseline jumper short, no good. Easy rebound, North Dakota. Panoam pushing it up. He's got it, hadn't given it up yet. He's off into the corner, into the front court. They feed it now on the elbow. That's Suker. Suker already with 5. A little runner in the lane, up and good. 9 in a row for North Dakota here. A quick start for Troy, but 9 straight for North Dakota. Out front, Stampley. Stampley off to Des Williams. They feed it low to Odigi again. Almost threw it away to Shamanga, but Des tracked it down. Troy's got 3 waiting to come in, and so does North Dakota. Here's Shamanga. Way outside. Nothing going. They get it out to Stampley. Stampley jumper at the free throw line. He banked it in. 9-6. The free throw line jumper right off the square and in for Nick Stampley. 15:55 to play. Opening half. 9-6 is the lead. And that's going to be a charging foul. It looked like Suker was going to drop it in, but he ran over Odigi. 15:50 left in the opening half of play. North Dakota 9, Troy Sims into the game. Duke Dean stays in. And Khalil Waters into the game as well, wearing a different number, and there's a turnover. Not his normal 13, wearing 34 in this one. The turnover gives it to North Dakota. Doesn't have his name on the back of it either, so he's probably just wearing it for this trip. Here's Odigi guarding Shamanga out there. Actually, that's Miguel on him. Here is the ball lost out of bounds. Give it back to Troy. So the turnover there, Troy gets it back. That was Norman that turned it over. Duke Miles checks in at the point. First time we've seen him. Let's see how Duke can knock off the rust. Troy down 6, 9-6 as we approach the 15-minute mark. Here's Spud Eugene with it off the Duke. Tried to go baseline, got cut off, threw it away. It's on the floor. Troy came up with the loose ball. Charging foul called on Khalil Waters. So both teams have drawn charges, and with those charges drawn, both benches erupted. So there's always emotion when you draw a charge, kind of giving up your body to get the ball back, always embraced by any coach. Here's Reed Grant, who's into the game for North Dakota. Ball knocked free and stolen by Duke Miles. Duke alley-oop, dunk to Zay Williams. What a pass by the alley-oop from Duke Miles, slammed home by the big guy. 9-8. Troy scored 4 in a row here. Here's Norman outside. Norman goes down there low, wide open, layup good. That's Brian Matthews who's into the game. Scott Cross not happy with that defensive set. Long one outside. Duke Miles missed it. Rebound to North Dakota. Coming the other way, Suker. Suker with the basketball. Hands it off. 3 in the air for Norman. Came off. Zay Williams with a strong Troy rebound. Ahead to Eugene. Here's Spud with it. Tried to go baseline. Threw it away. Another turnover. As that's 3 times Troy's tried to go baseline and throw it back in. It's turned over every time, or at least both those times. Here's a jumper in the corner by Norman. Missed. Troy rebound. Miles got it down low, backing his way in, up and get nice power move by Ryfin Miguel. Troy back to within 1 again, 11-10. Out front, Reed Grant. Feeds it off to Matthews, back to Grant, to Matthews near the elbow. Now Norman, great backdoor to Matthews. He laid it in. Count the basket. And a foul. Foul's going to go on Miguel. Both teams with 4 turnovers here in the early going. The basket good for Matthews. Hit the free throw. They hadn't put the basket. Now they have 14-10, the lead for North Dakota. Nice feed to Miguel. Little jump hook in the lane is good. Good look from Spud Eugene that time. Both teams shooting it pretty well. Both teams making most of their shots in the paint. Here's Panoam. Thrown away, the 5th turnover against North Dakota. Duke Miles with it quickly behind the back. Sweet move, Euro step, laid it in. Duke Miles looks like he's been holding it all in for a month or so. He's excited to be out there playing basketball. He ties the game at 14. That's going to be a Troy foul. That's Miguel's second. Miguel's going to have to come out with 2 fouls. Udigi back in for him. Inbound comes to Sartsidza. He has it out front. Ball knocked away, out of bounds by Khalil Waters. 17 on the shot clock. North Dakota keeps it. We're tied at 14. Both teams shooting 64% or better. Troy at 64, North Dakota at 67 here in the early going. Picking up his dribble is Reed Grant. He's in all kinds of trouble. That's the slowest count I think I've ever seen. That's a shot clock violation. He held the ball for forever, but he never got rid of it. He bounced it a couple of times to get a new count on the possession, but he just had his back to the bucket, and the 30-second clock went out. And I'll bet you money that Nero's over there coming in for Grant at the next dead ball. Here's Waters out front to Duke Dean. Duke off a ball screen, step back, waits for an opening, can't get one, picks the dribble up, down low to Zay Williams, jump hook in the lane, got it. Zay Williams gives Troy the lead again. 16-14, 6 in a row for Troy here, 11:30 to play in the opening half. Next dead ball, we'll have another media timeout. Here's Panoam with it. Troy getting after it defensively now. Danielson, little drive to the lane. They're calling a blocking foul. Scott Cross cannot believe it. And we've got an injured Troy player. It's Odigi. North Dakota, not sure what was the call there. The official explaining it to one of the coaches here scouting, but certainly not to us. 13 on the shot clock. North Dakota with it, as Paul Bruns just had it knocked out of his hands out of bounds by Khalil Waters. That's a holding foul called on Spud Eugene. He grabbed Caleb Nero right in front of the official. That one was easy. That is Troy's fourth team foul. 2 on North Dakota. Inbound comes to Nero. Down the lane, Nero back outside Panoam. Here's Danielson, 6 on the shot clock, long 3, came off no good. The rebound tip, and that's going to be another Troy foul, as on the putback, Danielson got hit. They called it on Duke Dean with a push, his first. 5 team fouls now on Troy. We're have played just 8 minutes and 59 seconds. 2 free throws for Danielson. Hit the first one. Troy's lead trimmed to 1, 16-15. Although they've yet to put it on the scoreboard. Missed the second one. The free throw was not put on the scoreboard. It's 16-15. Wonder who's going to notice that. Backing his way in is Odigi, jump hook up and good. The score is 18-15. Nobody's putting anything up on the scoreboard right now. It's 18-15, and the scoreboard says 16-14. Somebody's gone to sleep over on the scoreboard. Finally, they get it right. 10:28 to play in the half. Score is right, 18-15. North Dakota basketball is in the front court. A pass from Caleb Nero knocked out of bounds. North Dakota keeps it, 14 on the shot clock. Inbound comes to Bruns. Bruns out front to Panoam. Panoam working on Duke Dean. The double team. Panoam backing his way in. Fall away jumper way off. No good. Another great defensive set for Troy. Here's Duke Dean pushing it up. Duke with the basketball. Hands it off to Odigi. Long 3. Got it. How about Odigi? He's getting it done for Troy. Odigi with 7. I think he's got 9, actually. I think that's wrong over there. Odigi does have 9. Long jumper. That's a 3 out front. Good for Suker. Suker getting it done as well for the Fighting Hawks. 21-18. Again, the scoreboard is way behind. It says 18-15. It's 21-18. Here's Duke Dean. Picks the dribble up. Stampley with a long three. That one's off the back of the iron. Duke Dean tracked down the rebound. Back to Stampley. Here's Duke Dean. That's going to be an illegal pick on Stampley. Not sure what's going on with the scoreboard there. Apparently it's just not working. It's 21-18. The score is 21-18. Troy on top. North Dakota basketball. I doubt they're going to continue till they can get the scoreboard right. I wouldn't want to play if the score's not right. The live stats are correct at 21-18. They're going to restart the whole scoreboard. That didn't do it either. They're sending both teams to their respective benches to try to figure out what's going on with the scoreboard. I told you that as soon as we went to a break, they'd fix it, and they did. North Dakota with the basketball outside. Troy by 3, 21-18. They feed it down, and another Troy foul. That is the 8th foul on Troy, and it'll send Suker to the line. Stampley now picks up his second foul. Couple of Troy players already with 2. Suker hits the first. Miguel, actually 3 Troy players with 2 fouls. Stampley, Miguel, and Khalil Waters, as Suker hits both free throws, and it's 21-20, and it's not working again. The score is wrong on the scoreboard. 21-20 is the score of the basketball game. That back up, missed layup down there by Odigi, and here comes North Dakota. The clock's not working either on the scoreboard. It's all messed up. There's Howard, a little runner in the lane. I got to watch to figure out what the score is. 22-21, North Dakota on top. The scoreboard's not working. Here's Duke Dean, 18-footer, good. Troy back on top, 23-22. Scoreboard's all messed up. The clock's not moving. With the basketball is Nero. Nero, nice move to the bucket and got it in. We're on a seesaw here. North Dakota on top now, 24-23. 7-4. The clock on the basket clocks, you know, where you see the shot clock and the game clock, that is working. Here's Shamanga, a long 3, way off. Rebound North Dakota. Probably not the shot Troy wanted. Here's Norman. Outside, that's Suker again for 3. Missed it. Put back is missed. And a foul called on North Dakota. Just the 3rd foul on North Dakota. 7:20. Roy had breakfast with Christian this morning. Fine young man. And they're going to, something wrong with the shot clock. I'm not sure we really know what the clock should be on, quite frankly. It was on two different things. Now 72.3 seconds are on the shot on the game clock. 7:23. This is feel sorry for my friends at FAU because this is not how they wanted this classic to begin. Here's Turner down the block to Des Williams, who's back into the game. At the top now to Duke Dean. Duke out front. Long three. Missed it off the front of the iron. Zay Williams almost had the rebound, but Norman pulls out of there with it. North Dakota with it, leading by a point, 24-23. Pass knocked free and stolen. Here's Des Williams coming the other way. Des, long jumper out there by T.K. Smith. Missed it. Rebound back out to Duke Dean. Des for three. Got it. Smith missed a three. Great offensive board work. Got another opportunity, and the three gives Troy the lead now at 26-24. As soon as the live stats update. See what I mean? So we're on our toes here today. We're going to have to be. Here's Nero down the lane. They feed it down there low. Suker got it up and in again. Suker already with 13 in the game, if I'm counting correctly. 14, it says, in the game for Suker. Here's Smith out front to Zay Williams. Now Christian Turner. Now Dez with it. Dez pull up 18-footer, back of the iron, no. Rebound Suker, and a foul called on Christian Turner. And that is the 9th team foul on Troy. The game tied at 26. And it looks like it's going to be Suker going to the line. Might have caught one in the nose there. Or in the eye, in the face for sure. So he's getting cleaned up. See, I don't have the team fouls because the way their stats are done differently than Troy's stats. But I think that's the 9th team foul on Troy. I can look and add them up. It is the 9th team foul on Troy. So Suker, 1+, got the first one. Suker's a senior out of Marshall, Minnesota. And he's their best player, and he's showing it. Came in averaging just 13 a game. Hit them both. And already in this one, I'll tell you in a minute, I'll update you. It's a 2-point lead for North Dakota, 28-26. Here's Dean outside Dez, a three, no good. Rebound comes to North Dakota again. Here's Nero. Nero got it around to Norman. His jumper way off, no good. The long rebound's going to be tracked down out there by Bruns. He got it off to Nero, and a reset for North Dakota. Nero knocks down a three. So this matches North Dakota's largest lead. It's 31-26, a 5-point lead now. Here's Smith in the corner to Dean. Dean feeds it low to Christian Turner. Got it up and in. Nice feed down there to Christian Turner by Duke Dean. Zucker already with 16 points in the game. It's 31-28 now. It's a charging foul called on North Dakota. Christian Turner drew it. 4:36 to go in the half. Duke Miles back in for Troy, as is Spud Eugene. TK Smith stays out there, along with Zay Williams and Christian Turner. Here's Duke Miles down the lane, got caught, had to come all the way back out to Smith. TK now with it. Smith trying to get open, can't. Comes outside Duke Miles, three, got it. Duke Miles knocks down the three. He has begun the season with a vengeance here in his first game, getting it done, and we're tied at 31. Out front, Zucker, off to Norman. Now Grant. Ball knocked free. Thought it went off the leg of North Dakota. It did not. They're saying it will be North Dakota basketball when we return after this local timeout. We're tied at 31 all. 3:49 to play in the opening half. You're listening to Troy. 7 opportunities from the free throw line, have made 6. Troy has yet to go to the line in the basketball game. North Dakota ball, 11 on the shot clock. They get it into Norman. Norman threw it away, but somehow it came right back to the Fighting Hawks, but missing the jumper was Bruns. Troy's got it, can take the lead. Eugene feeds it down there low to Odigi. Odigi's triple team down there. He comes back outside. Here's Spud Eugene, had his shot blocked out of bounds. Troy keeps it, 3:29 left and a 31 all. Now they got the scoreboard back right now. Let's see if it stays that way. I'm not counting on it. Inbound to Odigi. Back out to Smith. Duke Miles now with the basketball to Zay Williams. Zay off to TK Smith. Long three for TK. Spun out. No good. Rebound to North Dakota. 31 all. 3:13 to play. Opening half. Here's Grant with the basketball. Grant off to Bruns. Bruns now to Norman. Ball knocked away by Zay Williams. Zay got it ahead. TK Smith looked like he drew contact. Finally a foul that'll send Troy to a free throw line. And that was a delayed call. They got it on Bruns. It's going to send TK Smith to the line for his first free throws as a Troy Trojan. 2:56 left in the opening half. TK's first one, no good. For Troy, it's Eugene, Miles, Smith, Zay Williams, and Odigi. Second free throw, missed them both. But there's Odigi with the offensive board. Jump hook, no good. Zay Williams tried to get the backside rebound. He couldn't. Free throws, free throws, free throws. North Dakota's made 6 of 7. We're 0 for 2, and now they'll have their 8th and 9th tries. As that foul on the floor is going to go on Duke Miles. It's going to be double bonus time. 10th team foul, 2 shots here for Caleb Nero. Nero's a 91% free throw shooter, and he doesn't touch anything but the net with the first one. 32-31 North Dakota. That one actually touched the rim before it went in. 2-point lead for North Dakota. Now the clock's not moving again. Now it is. This is something to behold. Here is Zay Williams. Got it off to Smith. They feed it down low to Odigi. He got fouled. And that will be just the sixth team foul. They've got that one called on Sartzidze. Picks it up. Duke Miles to inbound for Troy underneath the Troy bucket. Trailing by 2 are the Trojans. They come deep to TK Smith. Smith off to Eugene. Eugene back to Duke Miles. Off to Smith. Thought about a three again. Changed his mind. Got caught underneath the bucket now. They come outside to Zay Williams. Zay fall away 15-footer. That's not going to go down. Rebound to North Dakota. Here's Nero. Nero feeds down. That's a backside block. Out of bounds. That's going to be North Dakota basketball. Shot clock is 20. .156 in the half. It's a 2-point North Dakota lead. They get it inbounds to Panoam. Panoam down the lane. Little leaners and air ball caught out of there by Troy's Odigi. Saying the ball was out of bounds off of North Dakota. Tried to get it way ahead to Williams, but a hand got on it by North Dakota. And it heads out of bounds. Troy keeps it. 1:46 on the clock. 2-point North Dakota lead. Inbound comes to Zay Williams. Zay out front now to Smith. And that's a turnover. Eugene threw it right out of bounds. Duke Dean into the game for Troy now. It's sixth turnover, I believe, if it's updated. Here's Nero for the Fighting Hawks to the top. Suker comes back outside, long three, good. That's Howard. And it's back to that 5-point lead, 36-31, North Dakota. They've led by 5 on 3 different occasions. Here's Smith back for 3, no good. Rebound North Dakota. Panoam with the basketball. And it will knocked out of bounds by Smith, and North Dakota keeps it. North Dakota's made 4 of 9 3-pointers, Troy 3 of 11. We go under a minute in the half. And a timeout taken, the use it or lose it timeout for North Dakota. 33-31. Troy has a level of foul trouble here, as we've been mentioning throughout the half. 3 players with 2 fouls already. Inbounds to Panoam. He hands it off to Nero. 13 on the shot clock, 47 in the half. Here's Nero to the bucket, got it up and in. The lead is 7, and Duke Dean's hurt. Duke Dean got run over down there. I think he got hit in the face. He's up now. But the lead is 7, the largest lead of the game for North Dakota. Here's Dean with it for Troy. To Odigi. Off to Duke Miles. Now to Dean. Duke got it over to Shimanga. Feed low to Odigi. Back to Shimanga. Got it up and in. Count the basket. And a foul. Shimanga trying to finish now. The foul's on Sartzidze. He picks up his second foul. He's coming right back out. It's a big bucket for Troy. 38-33 now. Shimanga can make it the conventional three. He's rubbing his left arm because he took a tumble as well. Free throw, way off, no good. Tipped out of bounds. North Dakota gets it. Troy 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, North Dakota from the free throw line, 8 of 9. There's your difference in the ball game. Troy down 5. Here's Panoam. They can hold it for 1. 8 seconds on the game clock. Nero with it. Nero, fall away jumper, came off no good. Duke Miles will fire it up at the buzzer and misses, and that will send us to the break with North Dakota on top 38-33. Will inbound it for the Trojans. It's Williams, Dean, Stampley, Odigi, and Shimanga, the starting 5 that's were at the beginning of the game, also start the second half. Here's Dez with it right wing to the top to Duke Dean. Duke swung it to Shimanga. Now in the corner to Stampley. They go low to Odigi. He's got it down on the block, backing his way in. Shot it up, missed the shot. And Sartzidza with the rebound for North Dakota. Odigi had it right there. He's made that shot a number of times. Another floor foul. Troy unable to stop the ball with Caleb Nero. And Des Williams picked it up. So the second half starts like the first one with fouls against Troy. Here's Nero. He is a quick young man. He is hard to keep in front of you. Out front now, Suker. He killed us in the first half. Jump hook by the big guy. Sartzidza missed it. Rebound, Duke Dean has it. Off to Odigi. Odigi backs his way in. Shot it with the left hand. Missed it again. Rebound again to North Dakota. Here's Nero into the front court. Nero down the lane, comes back outside now. A long three in the air for Panoam, got it. And that is an 8-point lead, the largest of the night. I told you at halftime that Troy's biggest lead was 4, incorrect. They led by 6, did the Trojans. 41-33 now, though, and that's the largest lead of the basketball game of 8. Shocking that the scoreboard, again, not working. I'm going to just stop looking at it. Here's Duke Dean. Troy needs an answer here. Dean to the bucket, got it up and in. Smallest guy on the court got right to the rim. Cuts the lead back to 6. Here's Panoam into the front court. Now Norman, we've got a hurt player, and that's Suker. He's limping around. He's back out there trying to get it done. That's just a hustle rebound right there for North Dakota. That is, Troy was in position, could not get their arms around it. Sartzidza did get the loose ball. They're putting the shot clock at 20. Suker is limping a bit. Not limping as much as he was just a second ago, though. Trying to walk it off. But North Dakota with a hustle possession here. Here's Norman on the baseline. 6-point lead for North Dakota. 17:50 to play in the basketball game. Panoam with it. Pull up, long three again. He hit it again. Panoam averages 4 points a game. He's hit 2 threes here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. And the lead now is 9, 44-35, biggest lead of the basketball game. Here's Duke down the lane, got it up, missed it. Offensive rebound down there by Odigi, missed it. Got tied up down there, back up, got fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Couldn't get it to go down. So North Dakota now making 55% from behind the arc, 52% from the field. And that's how they've been able to stretch this lead. Second half, made both of their three-point tries, both by Bintu Panoam. Free throw good by Odigi, the first make for Troy in the game. Spud Eugene checks into the game for Troy. Second one by Odigi is also good. Panoam didn't score in the first half. He's got all 6 for North Dakota in this half. Suker not limping anymore. Here is Nero for the Fighting Hawks to Suker at the elbow. Goes baseline, comes all the way to the corner. There's another 3. That one's off the back of the iron. Great rebound by Odigi. Here comes Troy trailing by 7. Duke Dean to the bucket, got it up under and in. That cuts it to 5, 4 in a row for Troy here. 44-39. Here's Suker off in the corner. Another 3. That one is good. That's Matt Norman. Lead back to 8. 3 threes in the second half for North Dakota. All of their points have come from behind the arc. That pass tipped away out of bounds. Troy keeps it. Brian Matthews in for North Dakota. Khalil Waters in for Troy. Shamanga gets a rest. Also in for North Dakota is Bradley Danielson, and he replaces Suker. Duke Dean got it inbounds to Zay Williams, who's checked in. Duke will fire a long 3, no good. And the rebound comes to North Dakota. 8-point lead for the Fighting Hawks with the basketball. Here's Nero. Nero got it off to Danielson, back to Nero, and another bump foul on Troy. That one's on Zay Williams. His first, second team foul on Troy. Both fouls have come trying to stop the ball when it's been in the hands of Caleb Nero. Hadn't been able to stay in front of him. Here he is with it again, working on Eugene. Hands it off to Norman. Norman, a little runner in the lane, up and good. And now it's a 10-point game. 49-39. Now that's the largest lead. Odigi will try 3 out front. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound North Dakota. Here's Nero. Nero with the basketball. Down the lane, picked the dribble up. Long one out front. Got it again. That's Matt Norman, the latest 13. Scott Cross takes the timeout. They are lighting it up from behind the arc, folks. It has been something to see. Phenomenal. They've taken 5. They've made 4, have the Fighting Hawks. And Troy in trouble here. Needs to answer ASAP. Duke Miles in at the point. Duke hands it off to Waters. Now right. Waters with it, feeds to Odigi. Back to Duke Miles. Duke has it. Ball screens. They're doubling him out front. Now Waters on the wing. Feeds low to Odigi. Got him up in the air. Little reverse up and good for Effie Odigi. Effie Odigi's played really, really well for Troy in this basketball game. Odigi now with 13 in the game. Another foul called on Troy away from the ball. They've got it on Duke Miles. A holding foul. 3 team fouls now on Troy. Here's Nero. Hands it off to Bruns. Back to Norman. Now back to Nero. They feed it low on the block to Matthews. The ball tipped away. And it's going to be a jump. Both guys stepped out of bounds with the ball in their hands. Troy gets it off the alternate possession. 52-41. Now they're having powwows. Will be Troy basketball. 14:38 in the game. Troy down 11. Here's Waters feeding it to Odigi to the top to Duke Miles. Here's Duke off a ball screen. Picks the dribble up. Zay has it back to Duke. Duke right wing to Eugene. Got a foul away from the ball called on North Dakota. They call it on Matthews, the freshman out of Chicago. Troy gets it underneath their own bucket, under its own bucket. Here's Odigi backing his way in, working on Matthews, shot it over him and knocked it down. Odigi's got 15. 15 for Effie Odigi. He's keeping Troy close, 4 in a row. We're back to within 9 now. Here's Nero, guarded by Duke Miles. Out front, Bruns. Norman now to the bucket, got it up and in, count the basket. Norman in the first half had 2 points. No longer. He has been tough to handle here in the second for sure. Norman now with 12 in the game. He's got 10 in the half. He looks for 11 in the half, 13 in the game. The lead now back to 11. Norman can make it 12 and does. 55-43. Troy trailing North Dakota here. Here's illegal pick called on Odigi. That gives it back to North Dakota on the turnover. Inbound came to Suker, handed it back to Grant. Grant falls down. Eugene's got it and lays it in. Grant slipped and lost the ball, and Troy took advantage, the lead to 10. Quickly ahead to Norman. Norman dribbles through traffic. Pass tipped away, out of bounds. North Dakota keeps it. Inbounds in the corner. That pass also thrown away. Here comes Troy. Duke Miles. Back-to-back bad passes. That one from Norman. That three way off the mark. And they got Odigi again. Odigi picks up another foul. He's got 3. And he's going to have to come out. Miguel's going to come in for him. Troy had a chance there to get it back into single digits after another North Dakota turnover. They could not take advantage of it. And now the Fighting Hawks have it leading by 10. 13:08 left in the basketball game. Here's Bruns with it out front. Off in the corner, another 3 in the air. That one's off, no good. Rebound to Eugene for Troy. Eugene off on the right wing to Miles. And a charging foul called on Duke Miles. Now Duke has 3, and Duke Dean to come in for him. (55-45). TK Smith into the game for Khalil Waters. Inbound to Grant. He hands it back to Norman. Troy's bench thought that was an over and back. No whistle. Grant now has it in the front court to Norman at the top. Back to Grant. Troy trying to trap now when they get a perimeter player with the basketball. They get it down there low, shot up and in. That is Sartzidza. Laid it in. It's a 12-point lead for North Dakota. 57-45 is the score. Dean's three, no good. Rebound, out of bounds to Troy. Troy keeps the basketball. TK Smith will inbound it right in front of the Troy bench as one of the officials is whispering something. They're asking him to kind of calm down, perhaps, the Troy bench. Here's Duke Dean off in the corner now to Smith, feeding down low. Miguel missed the shot. Rebound Zay Williams. He's in trouble. Jump hook missed. And that one's out of bounds to Troy. Troy with it. When we return, 11:51 to play in the basketball game. We're B3-3-3. No representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services provided by other lawyers. Troy with it. Duke Dean has the basketball. 11:45, clock moving here. That ball slipped through Zay Williams' hands, but it came right back to Smith. Here's Miguel with it, hands it off to Khalil Waters, an illegal pick called on Miguel. Another turnover against Troy. That is Miguel's fourth foul. He's still out there with 4 at the moment. Coming up the floor, this is Norman with it. And another Troy foul and a technical foul called on Duke Dean. So we've got 2 shots and then a So we'll have 2 shots here for Brendan Howard. He'll shoot. We're going to have the technical shot first. So Mitchell Suker will shoot 2 technical free throws. He missed the first one. He'll have another. Then we'll have 2 more North Dakota free throws. Made the second. So now 2 free throws coming on the floor, on the foul. Brendan Howard. Kiefer Punter picked up that foul. And he missed the first one. Troy now with this foul influx is with 10 team fouls again. Only 2 called on North Dakota. He hit the second of 2. It's a 14-point North Dakota lead. 59-45. Here is Khalil Waters, right wing with it. Will take a long 3. Missed it badly. Out of bounds to North Dakota. North Dakota 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Troy 2 of 5. It seems like that's a low number for North Dakota. Seems like they've had more than that. Here off into the corner, out front now Grant. Grant right wing to Suker. Suker back to Norman. 10 on the shot clock. Suker out front. Lost possession of the basketball, and Troy loses it coming the other way. Troy had numbers but lost the ball. Khalil Waters couldn't handle it. Turnovers now. That is the 11th for Troy in the game. Grant pushing it up for North Dakota off to Norman. Now in the corner down there to Bruns. Grant has it in the corner. That is Suker for three. Missed it. Troy rebound to Stampley. Stampley quickly ahead to Duke Miles. Here's Zay Williams. He'll try from long range. Missed it again. And the rebound to North Dakota. Troy struggling from behind the arc now. Under 20%. Here's Suker with the left hand. Missed it. Rebound comes to Stampley again. Stampley ahead to Miles. Getting a little choppy out there. That one's tipped out of bounds at the 9:55 mark. Three new players in for North Dakota. It'll be Nero, Panoam, and Sartzidze. (59-45). Duke Miles takes the inbounds pass. Comes off to Smith. Smith baseline jumper, no. Rebound again to North Dakota. Here's Nero off into the corner. A three came off, no good. And over the back foul called on North Dakota. Sartzidze picks it up, his third. Troy has missed its last 5 shots. Here's Zay Williams off to Waters. Miles, nice feed off to Nick Stampley, missed a three. And here comes North Dakota again. Bad pass stolen by Punter. Punter goes around his man to the bucket and laid it in. That broke a long scoring drought for Troy. We go under 9 minutes. It's back to a 12-point game. There's a steal by Duke Miles, and he laid it in. It's down to 10. Couple of steals, couple of lay-ins here. Cut it back to 10. And a timeout taken by North Dakota. Yeah. Is this 25? Is this 25? Break 25. They did turn it back into a 30. North Dakota with the basketball. Missed the shot out front, did Paul Bruns. Here comes Troy the other way. Punter to the bucket, got it up and in. So Punter's had 2 of the last 3 buckets, and we've got 6 in a row, and Troy back to within 8, 59-51, 7:57 to play in the game. Does Troy have one in them here again? Sartzidze with it down there working on Odigi, who's back into the game with 3 fouls. Shot it up over him and in. Sartzidze laid it in. The lead back to 10 now, 61-51. Here's Odigi to Punter at the top. Shimanga back into the game for Troy. Here's Punter to Duke Miles. Duke back to Odigi. Outside, long 3. Got it. That's Punter. Punter knocked down a 3 to cut it to 7. 61-54. A timeout taken by Troy. I believe this one is going to be a full timeout in the half. Eat where the locals eat. Preston's, famous for steaks, ribs, and the Kaylee Tater. Preston's on 231 South in Troy, adjacent to the Flash Market. Troy pressing full court here. Quickly around it, though, is Panoam. Got it off to Suker. Suker with it. Back into the corner. Drives baseline. Back outside Nero. That was Bruns that had it to Nero. Nero, reach-in foul. That was an easy one. Nothing but a reach-in, Duke Miles, and that will send a really good free throw shooting team to the line to shoot two. No need for that. 35 feet from the basket. Free throw up, and that rattled out. So there you go. Duke Dean in for Duke Miles. Nero's second, got that one in. So the lead is 8. Troy basketball here. Here's Duke Dean back into the game. Punter. Punter, another long three. Got it again. Punter's failing it. He's got 10 off the Troy bench, and Troy's as close as it's been in a while. It's back to the halftime deficit of 5. Defensive pressure continues. 62-57, 6:27 left in the game. They feed it down there. Shot missed by Sartzidza. He went back and got his own rebound outside. Long three. Got it. That's Panoam. Panoam pushes it back to 8. Had a chance to get on the glass. Could not get the rebound. And the second chance bucket pushes it back to 8. Here's Duke Dean. Almost walked. Got it off to Shamartza. Missed the shot. Rebound comes to Sartzidza. So the lead is 8. Nero with the basketball. Hands it off to Panoam. Panoam with it. Guarded out there by Shamanga. Panoam picks the dribble up. Here's Suker to the bucket. Missed the shot. That's out of bounds to North Dakota. Troy the last to touch it. Here comes Matt Norman. So the last couple of shots by North Dakota, Troy's been unable to secure the defensive glass. Here's Norman on Shamanga. Norman trying to shake free. Threw it all the way back outside to Panoam. Now outside. Sartzidza missed it. Troy rebound. That's Sartzidza's first three-point try. That's a charge on Duke Dean. That's his third foul. Good defensive work. Got in front of him. Duke had nowhere to go. 8-point game, 5:03 left. Here's Suker. Got it across to Norman, now to Nero, and he'll try to calm things down for North Dakota here. Nero with it, working on Punter. 0, covering 0. Nero went around him, shot it up, way off, backside rebound. Here's Punter. Punter almost turned it over, but was able to secure it. Feed low to Odigi, baseline jumper, wouldn't go down. There's Stampley with the rebound, back up, wouldn't go, got fouled. He'll shoot a couple of free throws. Matt Norman picks the foul up. Nick Stampley will go to the line. Nick with 2 points in the game. No, that's Nick Stampley shooting 2 for the other team. Stampley to try to cut into the lead, and does. Nick hits the first one. That is Troy's third made free throw of the game. 3 of 7, missed the second. So 65-58, 7-point game. Here's Nero into the front court. It becomes a time game a little bit now as we've got 4:15 to play in the game. Here's Norman off to Nero. Nero back outside, wide open three for Suker. He got it. And that pushes it back to 10, 68-58. Zay Williams off to punter. Dean threw it to punter off in the corner. Shot it up again. How about Kiefer Punter? What a second half this young man is having. He pulls it back to 7. Here's Suker backing in on Zay Williams. Zay blocked his shot. Here comes Troy with it. Shamanga up the floor. Picks the dribble up. 15-footer way off. No good. Great tip out to Duke Dean. Got the 3. Great play by Nick Stampley. Dean's got 9. Punter's got 13 all in the second half. And just like that, it's a 4-point game. Back-to-back threes. Out-fried Suker. Suker now to Nero. Troy getting the energy back up on the defensive end here. 2:45 to play in the game. Nero, long 3, back to the iron, no. Troy rebounds. Shamanga got it ahead to Punter. Punter into the front court. Here's Stampley, almost threw it away, but Dean tracked it down. It's a 4-point game. Here's Duke. Duke outside Punter. Punter. Troy needs a bucket. Shamanga down the lane with the left hand, missed it. And a foul over the back. No, they've said it's on North Dakota. We'll take it. Just their 5th foul. 2:16 left in the game. We'll take it. Troy will keep the basket. Or on the local affiliate in Troy, WTBF. The network broadcast will be of the football game tomorrow afternoon against App State at the Vet. Troy with it. Shamanga trying to get it in. Got it down there to Zay Williams. Zay powered it up, missed it, got his own rebound. It's on the floor, back up, blocked, missed again. And now North Dakota came out of there with it. It's a jump ball. It'll be North Dakota basketball. Had a couple of shots right there at the rim, couldn't finish them. And North Dakota has it. That is big. Timber Manufacturing has immediate openings for all shifts at their state-of-the-art Troy facility in manufacturing, assembly, finishing, and shipping. Previous experience in manufacturing or CNC is preferred. Join the Kimber team today. Apply now at kimberamerica.com. They've got the floor cleaned up. North Dakota basketball, they get it in to Norman. Troy still does not need to foul. Just needs to play good pressure defense and get a couple of stops. That's why that trip was so important. We could have cut it to a 1-possession game. Timeout taken by North Dakota. Shot clock's down to 18. The game clock is at field and from the three-point line. Troy has heated up from the three-point line up to 32%, 44% from the field. Those free throws, they've outscored us by 9 from the free throw line. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Nero. Nero down the lane, comes back outside. Nice tip away by Duke Dean. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 1:41 left in the game. They're going to look and see if Duke Dean was the last to touch it. So kind of a free timeout for both teams here. Little game reset for you. 1:41 left in the game. 68-64. is North Dakota's lead. Troy realizes, though, no need to foul yet, but there will be a need regardless of what happens on this possession. Troy's got to convert on its next possession. Let's take a look. I want to look and see when that lead was at its largest. They led by 10 with 7:41 to play. Actually, but with 4:04 to play, they led by 10. But it was 14 at the 11:25 mark, 59-45. So Troy has outscored them 13-5. Quick jumper up, spun out, no good. That was Suker that missed it. Troy with the basketball, 1:30 left in the game. Here's Duke Dean, huge possession for the Trojans. Here's Punter with it on the left wing. They feed it down to Shamanga. Shamanga fighting to get to the bucket, up and in, and drew a foul. Count the basket. Shamanga twisting and turning with the left hand. That cuts it to 2. And Shamanga will try to cut it to 1 here. 68-66. 1:21 left. Shamanga has tried 5 free throws. Has just fouled out Sartsidze. Sartsidze is fouled out. In for him is Brady Danielson. Shamanga 2 for 5. Not sure what the delay is now. It's 68-66. We got a free throw coming right now. 68-66. Free throw's good. It's a 1-point game. 68-67. Troy pressing full court. They get it inbound to Suker. Troy drops back to play pressure defense. Here comes Nero. Nero got caught in the air off to Norman. Norman goes baseline, got cut off. Oh, and they found a cutting Suker, and he laid it in. 3-point game. 1 minute exactly left in the game. Here's Duke Dean into the front court. Down by 3 are the Trojans with the ball. 52 seconds to play in the game. Duke Dean with it. Off to Stampley with it. Backing down low, back outside. Now Punter with it. 5 on the shot clock. Punter to the bucket, shot it up, missed it, but drew a foul with 34.5 seconds left in the game. They got the foul called on Nero, as North Dakota did a great job of guarding the three-point line. They knew a three-pointer would tie this thing, and they did a great job of guarding the three-point line. So 2 free throws coming for Punter. He has not had a free throw attempt this season. First one is in the air, and he got it. 70-68 now. Two-point game. Great effort comeback by Troy here. Second free throw also good. 70-69. There's a 4.5-second differential between shot and game clock. Stampley knocks the pass out of bounds. Timeout taken by Troy. 33.9 seconds left. Let's pause 10 seconds so stations might identify themselves along the Troy Sports Radio Network. They are checking to see who the ball was out on. The Troy players were saying they were not the last to touch it. The officials are over there looking at it, and this is a game-changing call right here. I believe they reversed the call on the court because the shot clock has 20. I don't know why it would have 20 on it, because the inbounds play was after a made free throw. The shot clock should have 30 on it, should it not? I know the shot clock can't be at 20. The officials now are teaming up. All three are there talking about it. They're continuing to look. Both teams kind of watching them do the video review. It's not like you have a bunch of camera shots of it, so you got to make a call here. I don't know why the shot clock is at 20. That's my main question, because punter just made 2 free throws, so the shot clock should certainly not be at 20. So 30 seconds on the shot clock. It's North Dakota basketball. They've got the shot clock right now. Troy looks like they're going to try to trap in the backcourt. They get it inbounds to Pinoam. Now back to Nero, trying to keep them in the backcourt. But Pinoam gets it across. There's only a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. Troy's going to have to go get the basketball. Almost got it right there. Pinoam had it knocked out of bounds. There's 11 on the shot clock, 14 seconds left in the game. So Troy's going to have to either foul or steal. It's going to be a one-possession game even if North Dakota converts. They come deep. The ball's tipped into the backcourt out of bounds. And we got players flying everywhere. It goes out of bounds. Shamanga, what a great effort by Shamanga. Norman is hurt on the ground for North Dakota. The ball will now be inbounded way down here where it went out of bounds. So this is a wild and wacky last few seconds. 11.6 in the game, 8 seconds on the shot clock. So 3.6 differential here. Norman is up and appears to be fine. So 8 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what Scott Cross draws up here. It's going to be Nero inbounding it. Troy needs a steal, and if they don't get it, they're going to have to foul. I don't think you're going to get it up the floor in 3.6. Nero trying to find somebody to get it in. They have to call a timeout. Troy did a great job of defending the inbound. All right, North Dakota, they get it in deep. They're breaking away. The shot's blocked, but a foul called on Troy. They freed up Mitchell Suker and beat us down the floor. There's 9.9 left in the game. Stampley picks the foul up, and Suker will go to the line. Suker will shoot a pair. First one is good. He's 7 of 9 from the free throw line today. Scott Cross takes a timeout. Troy can steal even with another made free throw. It's 71-69, even with another make. And Nick Stampley. And nobody under the bucket now for North Dakota. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point game. Troy's got a tie with a 3. 8 seconds. 7, 6, and a foul called. That'll send Troy to the line with a 1 and the bonus. It'll be Duke Dean. Now you've got to talk strategy. Do you want Duke to make them both? I think you do with 6.1. Still plenty of time to foul quickly. 1 plus the bonus. Got the first one down. I think you make it. He will attempt to make it. Nothing has been communicated from the bench. 72-70. Duke can cut it to 1 with 6.1. Free throw up and good. Shamanga in for Des Williams. Now Troy needs an immediate steal here. 6.1 left. Brady Danielson to inbound it. And that's a foul. Quickly, Nero will shoot 2. Nero's their best free throw shooter. Hunter picked it up. 5.5 left. Here comes Des Williams back. And we now already know what North Dakota's strategy is, and that is to foul on the floor to keep us from getting a 3. But let's see if Nero has to make the free throws first. First one's in the air, and he got it. A miss here would give Troy an opportunity. Well, they're going to have an opportunity even with a make, but they're going to have to make a 3. Free throw up, and wow, it crawled around and fell in. Here's Dean. They will foul him, and they do again with 3.6. Now he can't make them both, I think. Let's see. You see what Paul Sather is doing here. So Dean back to the line. And Troy down 3 with 3.6 left. First one's up and good. And let's see now. Maybe it looks like he may be making it again, going to be trying to make it again. I haven't seen any communication. Duke Dean now with 13 in the game. 74-73. He missed the second one out of bounds to they pointed North Dakota's way, and they'll look at it. They will look at it to see if they got it right. He did intentionally miss it. He banked it off the backboard. It did hit the rim, which it must do. If you don't hit the rim, it's a violation. So they will look at this to see who the ball is off of. 2.3 left. It's 74-72, excuse me, not 74-73. 74-72, 2.3 seconds left. Troy has battled back from 14 down, 10 down with 4 minutes to play. Kiefer Punter sparked the comeback off the Troy bench. He's got 15 in the game. Punter 3 for 3 from behind the arc. The officials are looking at it. 2.3 left. Caleb Nero over there trying to get a eye in. They send him back to the bench. You can't watch the officials, watch the video. Apparently it wasn't cut and dried because all three officials have had their spin at it. You know, the call on the court was North Dakota ball. So if the same things apply to replay in basketball as they do in football, it's got to be clear cut that the call on the court is incorrect, I would think. It's not happening quickly. And you don't want it to. You want these guys to feel like they got it right. Now they're going to have a powwow about it. It is North Dakota ball. So 2.5 left. Troy has to have an immediate steal, I would say. Brady Danielson will inbound it. .5 left. The music keeps playing. They may want to stop the music. And they do. Danielson trying to get it in. They go deep. Zay stole it. Got it off the punter. Punter at the buzzer. Short. Wow. Zay stole the ball. Punter caught the ball and threw one up from about 45 feet. It was